Hey, Brew Tubers, how you doing? All right, so exciting time. So I'm Mike Dean, and I'm the Dean's List, and this is my first of a series of 10 videos. 10 videos, actually second. I already did one on my own, so this is my second in a series of 11 total videos of the 2018. 2019, depending on how long it goes, probably 2018, dual grain, triple play hop experiment. So I know there's been a lot of videos already, but I'll just break out the concept real quick. So took a base double IPA recipe from Old School with a whole bunch of two-row and a little bit of light caramel malt, strange malt as some would say, particularly Josh Secor. And the same yeast, Chico yeast, and then I gave the participants the option to use 3 different hops, one for bittering, one for flavor, and the last one for dry hop aroma. So this is one by Nikhil. Nashikar, man, I hope I don't butcher your last name. Nikhil's been has been in a bunch of a couple of, at least 2, I believe, SJ Pour challenges with me, and I never knew which one was his. I just always used to see his name on the list, so it's kind of, they're secret beers, and in the SJ Pour competition, you very rarely know whose is yours, or whose is whose. But this beer here, it's 6.8%. The target was 8.7. I think Nikhil brews with a grandfather, I want to say. But you know, he got a little bit less efficiency. The hops he used was Columbus for bittering, Nelson Sauvin for flavor, and then it looks like Azacca for his dry hop, for his aroma. He hit 86 IBUs, which is interesting since it was lower ABV. Surprised he got that many IBUs. I wonder if it's going to be super, super bitter. All right, so anyway, we'll find out. Anyway, let's go ahead and crack this. This is exciting. If you haven't done one of these before, I highly recommend it because, oh, getting a little bit of foam here. A little bit of foam. Ooh. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. Still got a little bit of foam. Look at that. It's got a little white cap on it. All right, let's go ahead and get this in the glass. Try to not to pour it like a moron, and there we go. I think that'll work. Oh, it's a little too much, a little too much. All right, so yeah, it looks a nice color. I'm gonna stop this right here because 1, it's foaming up pretty good, and 2, I don't know if he's got, looks like this is probably a bottle condition one. I can see some sediment in the bottom. You can see that. So I didn't disturb that, so that's good. Color looks to be, if you can see that, looks to be spot on. It's hazy like mine was. And this particular beer, I didn't cold crash it or put any gelatin in it, and at least in my version. I'm suspecting since he bottle conditioned, he did the same. But yeah, it looks like it's spot on. It's got a really nice head on it. It's kind of various size bubbles. It's off-white and very creamy and fluffy, and it's extremely persistent. It's not going anywhere. And it's interesting that you get that kind of, it must be from the hops because there's not a whole lot of, you know, I mean, there's no flaked oats or anything like that. It's just two-row and just a tiny amount of caramel. But something about this recipe always gives it a pretty nice head. So, and this thing is extremely persistent. Look at that. So anyway, all right, well, let me kind of cheat and taste some of this foam because I want to get to the aroma. It's kind of hard to get to the aroma when it's got that much of a head on it. Okay, let's see if I can get some aroma now. Got a little cheat of the flavor. I can get the Nelson Sauvin, that kind of white wine characteristic. I don't know if it's the name or whatever it is, but I always kind of, Nelson Sauvin, I'll kind of get that white wine character. But I can smell that. I just came back from Sonoma wine country in Napa Valley, and had a decent, amount of white wines, and very familiar. I also, man, I tell you what, this thing is, the aroma on this thing is sick. Dude, excellent job on the aroma, man. It must be the that mix of Nelson Sauvin and Azacca is really doing it for me. It has it's interesting. It's a blend of like floral, that white wine characteristic, and almost like a fruity apple or peach, kind of a blend of apple and peach. Yeah, dude, this thing has an amazing aroma on it. Good job. All right, enough of that. I'm gonna go in for the taste. Cheers, Nikhil. Wow, dude, this is awesome. Man, the flavor on well, the flavor's good, but the aroma on this thing, it's like sticky. Look at the lacings on this thing. Wow. It's sticky. It's got a little bit of the pine resin. Dude, this is a freaking awesome beer. I think it got a little bit too carved. Maybe that's because of the bottle conditioning. But so when you pour this thing, let this thing foam a little bit. And it kind of, I mean, because I can tell if it wouldn't have foamed up like that, I think it would have had a lot more carbonation in it. But this thing is like, freaking awesome. The funny thing is, I don't want to toot your horn or blow any smoke up your ass, Nikhil, but I just came back from Sonoma, or from Santa Rosa, which is, kind of dead center in some pretty awesome breweries. And dude, this is good. This is a good beer. The bittering on this is perfect. It's like very balanced, very smooth. The malt backbone is perfectly balanced with the bitterness. I would think this was probably, what would you say, it's 6.8, yeah, because I would guess this was about, the taste of it's about like a 7%, and that's about kind of what you get. But man, the flavor and the aroma on this thing is really interesting. I think that Nelson Sauvin works really well with the balance of the Azacca on the nose, man. That's a freaking awesome combination. I would use this in a pale ale. I would use this in IPAs. I think it'd be really good in a kind of a hoppy pale ale. Take it down a notch just a bit, maybe just a little bit less of the Azacca and a little bit more of the Nelson Sauvin, kind of tweak the balance just a bit for a pale ale. But man, dude, this is, I think you may have put me to shame, Nikhil. This is a freaking awesome beer. As you can see, I'm freaking down on this thing. Man, that is good. The best thing about it is Nikhil sent me some bottles of some of his other stuff too. One big bottle of stuff. I got to go in there and check that out. So I'm going to try that out. And if it's anything like this, man, I'm in for a treat. Hey, dude, thanks for participating in the experiment, and thanks for sending me. The good thing about being the hub is you get extra bottles, and I've got let's just say I'm well stocked now. The last two guys, Gary and SJ. Gary should be getting his beers tomorrow. SJ won't be far behind. I think his box was here at my local parcel shop, and I think it went out today. So, he's not that far away from me, so it should be there tomorrow, I would guess. Anyway, I'll check the status. I sent you guys the tracking numbers, but man, dude, this is my first one out of the gate. If all these beers are like this, this is a freaking rockin' hop experiment. Dudes, don't sit on Nikhil's, man. If you get a chance, crack that one and get yourself some. It's a cracking freaking beer. Again, thanks, Nikhil. Look forward to you guys trying mine. Cheers.